Hello, Adam.
Hello, Donald Trump.
The man. I'm proud of you. You're doing well, I hear, huh?
I am doing well, and
that's good.
not as good as...
I know you were going to do the book. Problem is, I'm having a hard time signing that many books. I don't know if you heard what happened, but to sign that many, I have to sign the books, and it's brutal for me to sign. I think we did 8,000 or 9,000 books in one sitting last time.
The book, by the way, let me get the book out. Crippled America. How to make America great again.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's cool.
It's very good. You know what's sad to me, Donald? The fact that I live in Hollywood, of course, that How to Make America Great Again is scoffed at by a lot of folks who live in my town. It's sad that we think of that as sad, something that should be noble.
I know. It should be noble, and it actually should be positive, not negative. But anyway, now what are you doing? Are you doing a podcast or something?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast, and we're recording you, and we'll
go
play
ahead. Start it anytime you want, and I'm proud of you, man. It's great.
I think we're
the alumni. We call them the alumni, right?
Thank you.
Good.
We're rolling. We're rolling right now. Nice job on Kimmel last night.
He was great. By the way, he's a great guy.
I had dinner with him last night. Right after he did the show with you. So
he was very happy, I'll bet, right?
He was. He's a great guy.
In fact, I'll do this. Hold it one second. Call Tom Birnbaum. Get the ratings for Kimmel last night. I'm a ratings machine, Adam. So
I know.
I'm doing this as a favor to you because you've been great. So let's get going, though, because I do.
We are. We're rolling right now.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
The book, Crippled America, How to Make America Great Again. Yeah, we're rolling the whole time, Donald. Excited that you called in. Appreciate you making the time. I wanted to ask a couple things. I was listening to your book. I've heard about 3/4 of it. I got the discs, and I've been listening to them in my car. As a matter of fact, going out to meet Jimmy last night for dinner, I listened to the first half of the book because of L.A. traffic. It all makes sense to me. Why doesn't it make sense to more Americans? And why doesn't it make more sense on campuses across this country?
Well, I think it does make sense. If you look at all the poll numbers where I'm, really winning by a lot, and even the book is selling like crazy. The problem is I can only sign so many of them, and a lot of people want them signed. But and I just don't have time to do that. I don't have time to really promote the book. But the book has done great, and it's been very successful.
Well, you know what I was thinking about with you just moments ago, and I thought this is a very good quality to have in a president, and I think it's one I humbly suggest you hit upon, which is you delegate. You must delegate. You cannot do what you do without a ton of delegating, and a good leader does that and can do that effectively.
Right. Well, you're right, but I still have to sign the book. I mean, that's my one thing. I mean, I'd love to delegate somebody else, but I really have to sign the book myself. So, that's part of the deal. But it's been really fantastic. It's done really, really well. And in its own way, Adam, it's not just what's wrong, it's how to fix it. And it sort of pertains to what I'm doing and what it's all about, because our country's in serious trouble. Our infrastructure is a disaster. And, you look at so many different things, whether it's Obamacare, the military, the vets who aren't properly taken care of. It's so many problems, Adam. So I did the book. I wanted to do the book. Simon & Schuster's been an amazing, they've done an amazing job. We did it very quickly, and it's doing great.
By the way, I should tell people that as I was listening to the book last night, he was talking in the book about the first debate, the second debate, things that seemed to have happened a week or two ago. I was trying to figure out, most books are written a year in advance.
Well, one of the things at Simon & Schuster, which is really a fantastic book publishing company, one of the things they wanted to do is speed. I said, look, I didn't want to do a book. They came up and they said, we'd love to have it. And we had to do it very quickly, and we took a tremendous, we really crammed, like I'd say in college, right? We crammed, and we got it done, and it really is very current. It's probably, we did the book in like a month, and they got it printed so quickly. It was incredible. And so I was impressed with the job they did.
Can you tell me what your schedule is? Because I think about it all the time. How much do you sleep? What time do you go to bed? I know you're all over the place. You're traveling. It's all over the place. But in general...
Well, it depends on what season we're talking about, because I do different things, and I'm all over the place. Now it's really the campaign for the most part, and my children, them. and they like you and respect you a lot, and through The Apprentice. And honestly, it's pretty wild times. I don't do the vacation thing very much, and if I do, I always go to my own places because I have great places.
What do you sleep? How many hours do you sleep a night?
Probably 4 or 5, and because I enjoy what I'm doing. Sometimes less than that.
What's for breakfast?
Well, I try and skip breakfast as much as possible, Adam. I mean, I try and skip breakfast as much as possible. If I can avoid it, I don't have breakfast. I'll have lunch, sometimes dinner, but I usually skip breakfast.
So it's 4 or 5 hours of sleep, skip breakfast,
yeah, it's 4 or
and go
5
to
hours
work.
of sleep, and then it's working. And I'll be in the office at 7 or 8. I'll get home by 6 or 7. I'll work a little bit. I'll make calls. I'll study up on what's going on. I'll oftentimes have to go out for dinner, which I consider to be not a luxury. I'd rather stay home. To me, staying home is a luxury.
Isn't it crazy?
So I've had an interesting life, and I've it's really been amazing what's going on with the presidential campaign. You see that, right?
Listen, I love it. I really love it, and I think I was saying to somebody, a lot of it is in a response to where this country's been going and who's been leading it over the last several years.
Right. It's been not a good situation. We owe $19 trillion. I mean, the country is a mess. It's an absolute mess, and it's been so badly handled. And you look at what's going on now with even the Iran deal. You take the Iran deal where we're spending we're giving Iran $150 billion and losing every single point of a deal. Well, and now they want to come back and they want to renegotiate. They want to negotiate for prisoners.
Right.
We should have gotten that. That should have been part of the deal.
But that's
they're coming back to make a second deal. The whole thing is just preposterous.
The whole thing is this country's just a big business, and we need a guy who can run a business.
Well, we will do a great job. You know me well, and we will do a great job. That I can tell you.
Can you tell me what you would do with airport security?
Well, it's got to be strengthened, and it's got to be. And we have technology now that's so good and so strong, and most of the places don't even have the new technology and the good technology. But we have, the airport stuff is dangerous, but we have much better technology than they're using at airports, and we have to get the right stuff, and we have to have the best technology.
The immigration part, which started, it was early on in the book. First, Donald talked about
Well, I
the
started
press.
it, Adam. Yeah, I started it. I mean, when I announced in June, on June 16th, when I announced I'm running for president, I talked about immigration and illegal immigration. And frankly, there was a firestorm. And then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, people were saying, wow, I think he's right. You look at what happened with Kate in San Francisco and Jamil, and a young guy was shot to death by an illegal immigrant that shouldn't have been in the country. I mean, so many different things have happened. And it has been... It's been amazing. I mean, what's gone on is amazing. I'm very proud of the fact that illegal immigration is now a very, very major topic in the debate.
Well, I never could understand it. I was just like, whatever the laws are, just enforce the laws, and then that'll be that.
Well, the laws need a strengthening, but the laws are still there, and we have the opposite. They totally circumvent the laws, and the government circumvents the laws even. And it's a disgraceful situation. But you know what? I think we have it right where we're going to want it. And if I win, you're not going to have illegal immigration. I mean, it's going to be a whole different picture. I
did like in the debate when you said you'll build a wall. And by the way, you're very good at building walls. But you also said in the book, you said you'd get Mexico to pay for it. How do you do that?
Mexico will pay for the wall.
How?
Mexico will pay for the wall. Because Mexico makes a fortune off us. And they're coming across from all over, the southern border, we call it, and they're coming across from all over, Adam, and Mexico's going to pay for the wall. Mexico is not helping us, and I love the people of Mexico, frankly, and I respect the leaders of Mexico, but they're too smart for our leaders. Our leaders don't know what they're doing, not smart enough, not cunning enough. But the people of Mexico are great. I have tremendous numbers of Hispanics working for me. And they love me, and I love them. I mean, the whole thing. But what's happening with Mexico and the border is horrible. So Mexico is going to pay for it. They make so much money from us, Adam, so much more than we're talking about for the cost of a wall. You watch. Now, no politician is going to have that done. No politician's getting Mexico to pay. You watch. You call me up in a couple of years from now, and if I don't speak to you sooner, and you say, guess what? He got Mexico to pay for.
Well, what would you say? What is your What is your plan to
I
get
don't want to
Mexico
do
to
that,
pay
Adam.
for it?
It's too much. It's too long. I don't want to go through a whole negotiation, to be honest with you. I'm just telling you, Mexico's going to pay for the wall.
All right, that is a guarantee because I live in California.
You know why, Adam? Look, they're making hundreds of millions of dollars. They're making billions of dollars off us. We're giving them hundreds of millions of dollars. And, you know, the cost of the wall is a fraction. If you look at the trade deficit that we have with Mexico, and you look at the imbalance that we have with Mexico, the wall is a fraction of that. So it's the answer is it's going to be done.
Ted Cruz was on yesterday, told me about his tax plan. It sounded too good to be true.
Well, he has a different plan than me. And by the way, he happens to be a good guy.
Oh, I think so, too. It just sounded too good to be true, 10% flat tax.
Well, I have a simplified. Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying the flat tax. The problem with the flat tax is that it's a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of the flat tax because it doesn't take care of it. A person making a lot of money maybe should pay more than a person that's making practically nothing. You understand that. My plan is a simplification. It's going to be simple. It's going to be a major tax cut for businesses and for the middle income people, and it's going to be a plan that absolutely works, and it's going to make it a dynamic economy. And that's what I've done all my life, Adam. You know that. I've created jobs, tens of thousands of jobs. But my plan is going to work. A lot of people like the flat tax. I mean, look, I'll tell you what, anything's better than what we have right now. That I can tell you.
What if Hillary Clinton gets in? What are the next 4 years going to be like?
Well, I don't think she's going to get in, and the Fox poll came out just recently, and it has me beating her. But I don't think Hillary Clinton's going to get in. She's done too bad a job. She doesn't have the strength. She doesn't have the stamina to be president, and she's done a terrible job. So I don't think she's going to get in. If I get nominated, she will not get in.
Oh, really? I like that. And are you sure that you're going to get nominated?
Well, I'm leaning by a lot, so we'll have to see. A poll just came out. Monmouth poll just came out. I think it's 41 to 14 or 15. That's pretty good. 41% versus 15 is second, or 14 is second. And others are coming out at 38% and you know, numbers much lower than that. So it's you know, I'm doing very well, and we'll see what happens. I mean, you know, who can say for sure, but right now I'm leading by a lot.
Can I give you a quick compliment?
Yes.
People, because I did Celebrity Apprentice all the time, say to me, like, what kind of guy is Trump? And obviously, right. You know, there's a lot of people, especially in the town I live in, that have some unkind things to say about you.
Okay.
And I said, you know, I judge a guy by how his children treat him and how his children respect him or her. So you show me a guy who has a son and they haven't spoken in 25 years, I don't think that's a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I see and saw the way your kids are around you. And I see the respect they have for you and that they choose to work with you and how they turned out. And I would say to anybody that was, sorry for the language, calling you a douchebag, I would say his kids respect him, his kids look up to him, and his kids work with him. He's got to be a good guy.
Well, I'm going to tell your audience that my kids also respect you, and so do I. But my kids also respect you, Adam, so that means a lot. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this call.
Well,
but my kids have a lot of respect. And I told them I was doing it. Ivanka actually heard, and she said, you have to say hello to Adam for me. So Ivanka and Eric and Don actually say hello.
Well, I've oftentimes described Ivanka as just one of the most impressive people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Never seen someone so smart, so put together, so incredible. It's usually you get one or the other. You know, you get the looks of the brains or the work ethic, or you get the blonde hair, but they don't want to work, or you get the work ethic, but you get the frizzy hair. Her thing is just it's an amazing package.
She's a great person. She's a great person, and she's doing really well. We're very proud of her, and it's all going well, Adam. And I'm proud of you too, because I hear your thing is going well. And I hope that this interview gets you some nice, good ratings. And I'll tell you what, I had your friend Jimmy. Jimmy last night was so great. I mean, the show was terrific. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Is a great.
Did he enjoy it? He enjoyed doing it, I think, right?
He did. He pulled out. We were talking about it because it's funny because I saw him right after he spoke to you, so I had to go home that evening and then watch it after I talked to him. So he got to sort of describe to me pulling out the children's book and doing the whole 9 yards. But yeah, he had a great time with you.
Wow.
And
you say hello to him, Adam.
I shall.
He's a great guy. I'll do it again. And we'll do yours again sometime, Adam, and I'm proud of you. Just keep up the good work.
Thank you. Crippled America, How to Make America Great Again. And you can go to the website, donaldjtrump.com. Donald, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Adam, and keep it up.
We'll
keep
talk
it up,
soon.
And I'll talk to you again soon. You take
too.
care of yourself.
Thank you.
So long.